Well, remember this video that came out during the early days of the Occupy Wall Street movement in New York? Or how about this video of a police officer punching a protester seemingly without provocation? Now hear this. A Manhattan district attorney decided that the two NYPD officers featured in these videos will not face charges. The DA cited a lack of evidence in both cases. A statement relieving both officers of any charges was quietly released last week, much to the disappointment of the protesters involved in those incidents. Chelsea Elliott was one of the people featured in those videos and joins me now to talk about this decision by the DA. Hi there, Chelsea. So let's start with your immediate reaction when you learned that the officer that pepper sprayed you and that we just saw in that video would not be charged.
I was very shocked and disappointed. I mean, the DA basically, it was pretty cowardly of the DA to just do whatever the NYPD wanted them to. It's also really odd because the NYPD felt that, at least in my case, Anthony Bologna's actions were so out of line that they refused to cover his legal expenses, yet the DA is refusing to criminally prosecute him. So I think in both of these cases, the NYPD is basically evading responsibility.
And as I understand it, Anthony Bologna actually confessed to what he had done inside of the actual investigations. So let me ask you, how would you like to see these officers punished, your officer in your particular case?
I would like to see him punished just like any other citizen that would assault another civilian in the same manner.
Sure. Now, what has been your role in finding evidence and staying on top of this case since the incident more than a year ago?
I mean, I've cooperated with police by providing my testimony and everything I remember from the events. And also, there's tons of evidence. There's multiple videos on the internet of everything that happened leading up to and after the event.
Is there anything further that you're planning on doing, any actions that you're planning on taking legal-wise in order to get the justice that you feel like you deserve?
Me and several of the other women that were in my incident are pursuing civil cases.
And what's the current status of those?
I really am not sure exactly where the cases are themselves, but we'll see.
Now, the Occupy movement sought to create a greater accountability on behalf of the 99%. Time and again, we saw police officers brutally committed the actions that they committed against these protesters in New York and elsewhere. Can you glean anything about the Occupy's successes or failures based on your case and many of the other cases that we saw?
I guess what was interesting about it was, as the movement was small, there was well, as the movement grew, there was more of a dynamic shift in the relationship between the police officers. It was really shocking to see how militant the retaliation was for us just basically doing our constitutional rights and voicing our opinions. There were several studies that I read about done by universities inciting the militant treatment of the NYPD specifically against the Occupy movement, and I believe that the movement itself did draw a lot of attention to this.
And Chelsea, what have your experiences been with police officers since this incident?
Following right after, I definitely experienced a lot of anxiety. Now I don't have any personal vindication against any sort of the police officers, but I think that the organization of the NYPD as a whole has really disappointed me. I feel that the officers are not really provided the tools and trainings necessary for dealing with all these different types of situations, and I feel that these violent sort of outbursts were a reflection of that.
Chelsea Elliott, she was the Occupy Wall Street protester that was featured in that pepper spray video that has gone viral.